Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Nicole Yimothy, and you've probably seen me around your ISP campus. I work up in the Tech Center, and it's my job to work with the teachers and the students to make sure technology is helping you learn in your classroom. Today, I'm going to take some time and show you your new Google Drive account for students. We're going to go ahead and get started. Your teacher is going to have given you a special card that has a special login and a temporary password. And today I'm going to show you in this video how to do some things in your Google Drive, as well as access and changing your password. You'll notice that we have a very special and different ending to your login with this system. It ends with an arroba symbol and the letters isppanama.net. It's really important that you remember that it's isppanama.net and not the normal isp.edu.pa that a lot of people use. Now, when you do your login, you're going to get on that piece of paper a login that starts with your first initial and your last name. So for me, I'm Nicole Yimothy, so my login is nyimothy@isppanama.net. Now, I know some of us have long last names or different parts to our last name, so make sure to use what's on that piece of paper. The Google Drive system required us to use a certain number of characters, so we might not have used your entire last name, but we've got that information on that paper for you. You'll also notice on that paper is a special password for today, and it will be ISP123456, and that ISP is lowercase. Now, passwords are case sensitive, so it's really important that we use ISP in lowercase letters and then the numbers 123456. When you try your login the first time, it's going to ask you to accept the terms and agreements of using Google Drive, and you'll click yes. We'll see that in a minute. But it's also going to ask you to change your password. Today, when you set your password, I'd like you to try something simple like ISP12345. You'll notice that it's 8 characters long and it contains at least one number and one letter, and that's something Google requires. Because we know that your teacher's going to save these passwords in a secure place, we'd like you to share that password with them privately so they can keep a copy to help you when you guys need to use your drive. It's also okay to share that password with your mom and dad so they can help you as well. So we're going to go ahead and use a link that we will provide your parents and yourself to go ahead and get into your Google Drive. So here's a special drive. It says drive.google.com, and then you notice our special ISPpanama.net ending. When you click on it, it takes you straight to Google Drive. And now if you're using a computer that other people have Google Drives on, sometimes you'll see them populate up here. And since I'm going to go ahead and log into a demonstration account, I need to add a new account today. So I'm going to click Add a New Account. And that's where I'm going to put in place of this other email, the email of my student today. And I'm going to use a fake student named Lewis. So I'm going to go lfake, which is his email, at isppanama.net. And I'm going to click Next. When I do that, it's going to ask me for the password. And this is the password of ISP123456. And we'll click Sign In. Like I said, it's going to ask us to agree to using the rules that Google sets forward. And of course, you'll want to take some time and maybe read this or talk with your parents. But we all know good digital citizenship and the smart way to use this program. So I'm going ahead and click Accept. Now is where it's going to take me to resetting that password. And this is where I was saying you want to use something that you'll remember, but it must be 8 characters long and include one letter and one number at least. So I'm going to change it to a password, like I said, of ISP12345. Now you don't want to tell everybody, just your teacher and your parents, what that password is. And click Change Password. And now it's going to save that new password for me to use in the future and take me straight into my drive. The first time you log into your drive, you'll get this pop-up that tells you that you have 15 gigabytes of free storage for photos and documents. And you could go through a tutorial with this, but we're going to go ahead and exit out of this because I'm going to take you into your drive and show you some things you can do. When you get to your drive, once you start having documents, things would already populate here. But since my drive is brand new and there's nothing here, it looks pretty empty. But I'm going to go ahead today and make some folders, and the first thing I want to do is make a folder. To make something new in my drive, I'm going to use that New button. So when I click on it, it gives me options. I can make a new folder, I can upload documents from my laptop or my computer, or I can upload an entire folder and all the things inside that folder, or I can start a new document, a new spreadsheet, or a new PowerPoint kind of slideshow. And I can go do some other things too, but we're not going to talk about those today. So if I wanted to make a new folder, I maybe want to have a folder for math and a folder for science and a folder for English or reading. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add Folder, and it's going to ask me that name. So let's do math. Math's my favorite subject, so I'm going to make a new math folder. So I just type in math and I click Create. And now you'll see populate in just a second my folder for math. And because I love science, I'm going to go ahead and click New and start a folder just for science. And this way I can put all my school documents in one place. And I click Create, and now I have a folder for math and a folder for science. And because I like reading a lot, I'm certainly going to want something for my reading class, and maybe I'll have one for my writing as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make one more for reading, and I'll make one more for writing, and I can come back later and add more for other subjects, maybe like social studies or PE or other projects I'm going to do. Now you'll notice in my drive that these files are going across like little tiles. If I want to change that, I can go over here and click on this button, and now you'll see how my screen is showing a stacked row instead of tiles across. Both of them will always get me to this same location. So I can do what I want with either view. I like the view with the colors. So the other thing I get with this box is I get the ability, like you saw here, I can go ahead and create a new document that's a Google Doc very similar to Word, or a spreadsheet that's like Excel, or a slideshow which is like PowerPoint. So if I wanted to make a new doc, I can just click here and it opens up a new document for me. And I can go ahead and do things like title it. Maybe I'm going to write a short story. And I want to call it Short Story Zorro, and that's the name of my dog. So maybe I'm going to write a short story about my dog. And so I can go ahead now and I could type all I wanted to about my dog Zorro. And if I wanted to do things like insert a photo, I could go here to my computer and I could go look for something, or I could drag something in from my drive or other places. If I'm taking off my computer, then I got to do things like upload. And these are things that you can learn how to do from your teacher. And so we can go ahead and get an image from somewhere. And maybe I want to go here and I want to go over to my pictures and I want to see if I have it. Oh, here's a picture of my son in one of his Halloween costumes. Oh, and here he is with the dogs. So I'm going to grab this picture of my son with his dogs. And now I've got that picture added into my story. So this is Zorro and this is Einstein. So maybe I'll change my short story up here to be a short story about Zorro and Einstein. And so I can go ahead and make these adjustments and changes here anytime I want. And then I can always save my document. Well, actually, I forgot. I don't have to save it because it's a Google Doc. It saves for me consistently. So up here it says all changes have been saved. So if I now want to change this here and I want to put my picture in the center and I want to go ahead and say my favorite friends. And I can do all the things that you can do in Word. I can highlight, I can boldface, I can change my color, and all sorts of other things. I can make my font bigger, okay? And again, it says saving, and it does all the saving for me, so I don't have to worry about that. And when I'm ready to share this document, I can come over here and click Share, and I can share it with people that are in this drive that we have, or in my group, or I can keep it to myself and I can use all the different options. I can make it that people can edit it, comment on it, or just view my story. So if I only wanted them to go ahead and view it, I could say there's the view, and then I share this link with people. Or if I wanted to go ahead and allow someone in like my teacher to comment, I could go ahead here and put in my teacher and say Mr. Kunzelman was my teacher. I can just go ahead and type his Panama.net account and I can say send. And it's going to find him and send him a link so he can go ahead and view my story. And if I wanted to go ahead and go back to my drive, I can exit out of here. And when I come back, here it is already. And you can see my stories populated. If I want to go ahead and put it in maybe my writing folder, I can simply pick it up, drag it over, and drop it. And it says these are shared files. Do I want to move it? And I said, yes, I want to go ahead and move it. And now I've shared my writing folder with that person as well. I can go ahead and make other changes at other times. Another thing that comes with your Google Drive is a Google email account. So over here in this upper corner, you see this little picture of grids, and this takes us to all the different fun stuff in Google. And you can see this is where you have your account settings. You can go do searches in Google. You have your Google Mail, a calendar, and again, the docs, the spreadsheets, the slides. You also have a group you belong to, which is your homeroom classroom. And you also have a place you can store emails and information. So if I wanted to access my Google email, or my Gmail, excuse me, I can click on here and it'll pop me into the Google Drive email that I have that again is at the address that I've logged in through. So it's a different email. And the first time you log in, there'll be some emails from the Google team. I want to go ahead and delete those, so I just check the box and throw them in the garbage can. Okay, so that goes to show you how you can log into your Google Drive, how you can set up folders, how you can do a document and share it, as well as how to access that Google email that comes with, or your Gmail, excuse me, that comes with the account. So if I want to get out of my email, safe choice is to come over here, click, and say sign out. And when I do that, it signs me out, and you can see I've logged out because I've gone back to the login screen. I appreciate you spending time with me today, and I hope you enjoy using your Google Drive account in your classroom. Talk to you later.